Is now a good time?
Mom, what's up? It's my lunch break, so I'm free.
I was wondering how Sarah's doing.
Sarah? She's fine. Why do you ask?
Well, I texted her a few days ago, but she hasn't replied. She usually responds quickly, so I was worried something might have happened.
Oh, I didn't know you and Sarah were that close.
You've been married for just over a year now, and although we haven't met in person yet, I send her birthday gifts and we text occasionally. She's such a sweet girl. I really like her.
Huh. I didn't know that.
Well, my son never remembers my birthday or Mother's Day. I'm so happy to have a daughter now.
Yeah.
So, how is Sarah? Is she sick in bed or something?
Something serious. Her phone's just broken.
Oh, I see. But that must be difficult for her, especially in this day and age. When will it be fixed?
I don't know, maybe a week?
That long? Does it really take that much time?
She sent it in for repairs, apparently.
I see. It must be hard for you to contact her too then.
Yeah, we have a computer at home, so I'm using that to communicate with her.
But she probably doesn't check that often. Well, I hope it gets fixed soon. Oh, could you tell Sarah something for me? Next month, there's an exhibition at the art class I'm taking. It's on the second Sunday. If she can make it, I'd love for her to come.
Mom, what if she doesn't want to? She's obviously gonna feel obligated to go because you're her mom-in-law. You're basically giving her an order.
That's not my intention.
But that's how it'll come across. She can't refuse an invitation for her mother-in-law.
But Sarah likes painting too, right? I heard she was in the art club in high school. Isn't that right? She once told me she'd like to see one of my exhibitions.
Oh, she said that? Well, I'll tell her, but don't get your hopes up.
What? But it's not mandatory. She might have other plans. Just tell her not to push herself if she can't make it.
Alright, I got it. Is that all?
Oh, give Sarah my regards. And James, come visit sometime too. Why don't you and Sarah come over soon? We could have dinner together.
I'm busy with work.
Well, if that's the case, I understand. Don't overwork yourself, James.
I know. I'll visit when things settle down.
James, it's Sarah's birthday next month, right? Is there anything she wants? Last year, I sent her a homemade cake and an aromatherapy diffuser, but I'm not sure what to get this year.
Don't bother.
But she was so happy last year, wasn't she? She lost her parents early on, and she cried with joy, saying it was the first present she'd received from a parent in 20 years. I want to make her happy this year, too.
Look, Mom, I don't want you to be upset, but... Sarah doesn't want to be involved with you.
What?
I'm sorry. I never thought she'd be like this, but she hates social obligations. You know, Sarah's been on her own for so long, and her relatives were never reliable, so she's not good with family stuff.
I see. I'm sorry if I overstepped.
It's not your fault, Mom. It's just Sarah's upbringing and personality. She won't even come to company barbecues, and when I invite colleagues over, she goes to an internet cafe to hide from everyone. She's just not good with people.
That's surprising. She always seemed so gentle and sociable.
She was just putting on an act. You're her mother-in-law, after all.
Is that so? I had no idea. I suppose I should minimize contact then.
That would be helpful. I don't want to argue with Sarah either. To be honest, I'm struggling too. Sarah's become really selfish since we got married. She's been neglecting housework lately and just lazing around all day. And she's even developed a habit of lying.
Lying?
I didn't know until after we got married, but apparently she's had a lot of trouble with it in the past. Even now, she's lying on social media about all kinds of stuff, like being rich or being in the hospital.
What? Why would she do that?
I wish I knew. She'll get a simple vitamin 4 and pretend she's been hospitalized for 10 days. Posting photos and everything. I mean, I guess it's to garner sympathy. I really can't keep up with her.
That might be a cause for concern. It sounds like severe attention-seeking behavior.
Sure, but isn't posting photos on social media always about seeking attention? If that's the definition we're going by, most people are guilty.
I'm worried about her.
Worried? I just think she's crazy.
She might have a mental health issue.
I don't know, but I feel like I've been tricked. I thought she was a quiet domestic goddess. Turns out she's just mentally unstable.
Anyone can develop mental health problems. And James, there must have been things about Sarah that attracted you, right? Just because you've discovered a side you didn't know about doesn't mean those attractive qualities are gone.
Mom, you could say that because you're on the outside. I'm really struggling here.
Is that so? Well, I suppose it can be challenging when you discover new sides to someone.
It really is. I've been thinking lately that I might have made a mistake getting married. I'm considering divorce.
Divorce?
Yeah.
Well, it's your decision, and I can't interfere. Don't you think you should try everything you can before that?
Like what?
Like getting her to see a doctor, or talking things through.
Well, I'll try. But Mom, be careful. Sarah might start lying to you too.
Oh, I understand. Take care of yourself too, James. Let me know if you need any help.
Will do.
James, I've been thinking about what you said about Sarah.
What about?
It just doesn't seem to add up. The Sarah I know is so different from what you're describing.
People can be different behind closed doors, Mom.
I suppose that's true, but it's such a drastic change.
That's why I'm so frustrated. I feel like I married a stranger.
Have you tried talking to her about these issues?
It's not that simple. She gets defensive and turns everything around on me.
That must be difficult. How long has this been going on?
Pretty much since we got married. It's like she's changed overnight.
That's quite sudden. Did anything happen around that time?
Not that I can think of. We just settled into married life and things went downhill.
I see. And you mentioned she's been neglecting housework?
Yeah, the place is a mess most of the time. I come home from work exhausted and there's nothing done.
That doesn't sound like Sarah at all. She always seems so organized.
Tell me about it. I don't know what to do anymore.
Have you considered couples counseling?
I don't think Sarah would agree to that. She doesn't think there's a problem.
It might be worth suggesting. Sometimes a neutral third party can help.
Maybe. I'll think about it.
And what about her social media post? You said she's been lying about being rich and pretending to be hospitalized?
Yeah, it's embarrassing. I'm worried my colleagues will see it and think we're crazy.
That does sound concerning. Has she always been active on social media?
Not really. It's a new thing since we got married.
I wonder what triggered this change.
Who knows? It's just another thing to deal with.
James, I know this is difficult, but try to be patient. Marriage isn't always easy.
I know, Mom, I'm trying.
Is there anything I can do to help?
Not really. Just don't believe everything Sarah says if she contacts you.
All right, I'll keep that in mind. But James, please be kind to her. She's still your wife.
I'll do my best.
And that's all I ask. Take care and let me know if you need anything.
Thanks, Mom. I will.
James, I hope everything's okay. I haven't heard from Sarah yet.
Yeah, everything's fine. Her phone's still not fixed.
I see. I was thinking of stopping by to check on her. Would that be all right?
No, don't do that. Sarah's not feeling well.
Oh no, what's wrong? Is she sick?
Just a bad cold. Nothing to worry about.
Are you sure? Maybe I could bring over some super medicine.
No need. I'm taking care of her.
All right, if you're sure. But please, let me know if you need any help.
We're fine, Mom. Stop worrying so much.
I can't help it. I care about both of you.
I know, but we're adults. We can handle this.
Of course, I didn't mean to overstep.
It's fine. I've got to go now.
Okay, take care and give Sarah my best.
Will do.
James, get out now!
What? Don't call so late at night. You're bothering me, and my wife Sarah too.
Your wife is in the hospital. She's not at home, is she?
What are you talking about?
Sarah contacted me a little while ago. Don't tell me you thought she couldn't leave because you took her money and phone. Or because she was injured. Or because she has no parents to turn to.
What?
Sarah is stronger than you think. Even with her injured leg from your beating, she managed to escape that house, and she succeeded. She borrowed a stranger's phone to contact me.
She shouldn't know your number. Even if she did, she wouldn't remember it.
She kept the gift note I sent her a long time ago. It had my phone number on it.
Mom, are you being tricked by Sarah? I told you she's a liar. Probably saying this because I mentioned divorce.
Sarah had bruises on her legs.
I told you she did that to herself.
James, that's enough. There's evidence that you hit her.
What?
You had a computer at home, right? Sarah recorded everything on it. After Sarah contacted me, I took her to the hospital. I immediately went to check your house. I noticed you weren't there. Let me guess. You're at your mistress' place now, aren't you?
No, that's not true. It's a misunderstanding.
It's no use trying to destroy the evidence. I've already copied it to a USB drive.
Mom, you're making a mistake. Sarah's manipulating you.
Stop lying, James. I've seen the evidence with my own eyes.
What evidence? She probably faked it all.
There are video recordings, James, of you hitting her, yelling at her, threatening her.
It's impossible. She must have edited those videos. You can do all sorts of things with AI these days, you know?
They're not edited. I watched them with the hospital staff and a police officer.
Police? You involved the police?
Of course I did. This is domestic violence, James. It's a crime.
Mom, you don't understand. Sarah provoked me. She's not innocent in this.
Nothing justifies violence, James. Nothing.
You're taking her side without even hearing me out?
I've heard enough from you. All you've done is lie and make excuses.
I'm your son. How can you believe her over me?
Because I've seen the truth with my own eyes. The bruises, the recordings, Sarah's fear.
She's acting. Can't you see that?
No one's that good an actor, James. The terror in her eyes was real.
Mom, please. You have to believe me. I'm not a bad person.
A good person doesn't beat their wife, James. A good person doesn't cheat on their wife.
I made a mistake. I'm sorry. I'll change.
It's too late for that. Sarah's filing a divorce.
What? She can't do that.
She can, and she is, with my full support.
You can't be serious. You're choosing her over your own son?
I'm choosing what's right. What you've done is unforgivable.
Mom, please, don't do this. I need you.
You should have thought about that before you started abusing Sarah.
It wasn't abuse. It was just... I lost my temper a few times.
That's abuse, James. And it's not just a few times. The recordings show a pattern.
Those recordings are fake. Sarah set me up.
Stop lying. It's over, James. You can't talk your way out of this.
What are you going to do?
I'm going to support Sarah through this divorce, and I'm cutting ties with you.
Can't be serious. I'm your son.
Not anymore. I don't have any need for a son who beats his wife.
Mom, please, I'll get help. I'll go to therapy. Just don't abandon me.
You should have thought about getting help before it came to this.
Give me another chance. I'll make things right with Sarah.
Sarah doesn't want anything to do with you anymore. And frankly, neither do I.
You're making a mistake. Sarah's manipulating you.
Enough, James. I don't want to hear any more of your lies.
Fine. Side with her. You'll regret this when you find out the truth.
I already know the truth. Goodbye, James.
Mom, wait!
What is it now?
Can't just cut me off like this. We're family.
Family doesn't treat each other the way you treated Sarah.
I made a mistake. Everyone makes mistakes.
This wasn't just a mistake, James. This was an ongoing campaign of vicious abuse.
I can change. I promise I'll get help.
It's too late for that. The damage is done.
So that's it. You're just going to throw away our relationship?
You threw it away when you decided to abuse Sarah.
What about everything I've done for you? All the times I've helped you?
That doesn't erase what you've done to Sarah.
Can't believe you're choosing her over me.
I'm choosing to stand against abuse. It has nothing to do with her or you.
You'll regret this, Mom. When Sarah shows her true colors, you'll see.
The only one showing their true colors here is you, James.
Fine. That's how you want to be?
It's not what I want. It's what your actions have led to.
Whatever. I don't need you anyway.
Goodbye, James. I hope someday you realize the gravity of what you've done.
Don't bother contacting me again.
I won't. Sarah, how are you feeling today?
Much better, Emily. Thank you for asking.
I'm glad to hear that. How did the meeting with the lawyer go?
It went well. We're moving forward with the divorce proceedings.
That's good. Remember, I'm here for you every step of the way.
I don't know how to thank you for all your support.
You don't need to thank me. I'm just doing what's right.
Still, I'm grateful. I don't know what I would have done without you.
You're stronger than you think, Sarah. You would have found a way.
Maybe, but it's been so much easier with your help.
Have you heard anything from Jane?
No, thankfully. The restraining order seems to be working.
Good. If he tries to contact you, let me know immediately.
I will. How are you holding up? This can't be easy for you either.
I'm okay. It's been difficult, but I know I made the right choice.
I'm sorry you had to choose between us.
Don't be. James made his choices and now he has to live with the consequences.
I just feel guilty sometimes, like I came between you and your son.
Sarah, listen to me. None of this is your fault. James is responsible for his own actions.
I know, but still.
No buts. You're the victim here, not the cause.
Thank you, Emily. Your support means everything to me.
You're welcome, dear. You're family to me now.
That means so much to me. I've missed having a family.
Well, you have one now, and we're not going anywhere.
I'm so grateful for that. It's been a long time since I felt this safe.
You'll always be safe with us, Sarah. We'll make sure of it.
Thank you. I don't know what else to say.
You don't need to say anything. Just focus on healing and moving forward.
I will. One day at a time, right?
Exactly. And remember, I'm always here if you need to talk.
I know. Thank you, Emily, for everything.
You're welcome, dear. Now get some rest. We have a big day tomorrow with the court hearing.
Okay. Good night, Emily.
Good night, Sarah. Sleep well. Sarah, how are you feeling after the hearing?
Relieved, mostly. It's finally over.
Yes, it is. You did very well in there.
I was so nervous, but having you there really helped.
I'm glad I could help. The judge seemed very understanding of your situation.
Yes, I was worried they wouldn't believe me at first.
The evidence was clear. There was no way they couldn't believe you.
I still can't believe it's all over. The divorce is final.
It is. You're free now, Sarah. You can start a new chapter in your life.
It's exciting and scary at the same time.
That's normal. But remember, you're not alone in this.
I know. I don't know how I can ever repay you for all your support.
You don't need to repay anything. I'm just happy you're safe now.
What about the settlement? Do you think James will actually pay it?
He doesn't have a choice. The court ordered it. If he doesn't pay, he'll face consequences.
I hope he does pay. I could really use that money to start over.
He will. And if he doesn't, we'll deal with it. Don't worry about that now.
You're right. I should focus on moving forward.
Exactly. Have you thought about what you want to do next?
I'm not sure yet. Maybe go back to school? I always wanted to finish my degree.
That's a wonderful idea. Education is always a good investment.
I think so too. I feel like I can finally pursue my dreams now.
You absolutely can, and we'll be here to support you every step of the way.
Thank you, Emily. I don't know what I'd do without you.
You're family now, Sarah. We take care of our own.
I'm so grateful for that. It's been so long since I felt like I had a real family.
Well, you do now, and we're not going anywhere.
That means everything to me. Thank you.
You're welcome, dear. Now, let's go celebrate your new beginning.
That sounds perfect. I'm ready for this new chapter in my life.
And it's going to be a wonderful chapter, Sarah. I'm sure of it. Sarah, how are your classes going?
They're going really well. I'm loving being back in school.
That's wonderful to hear. I'm so proud of you for pursuing your education.
I couldn't have done it without your support, Emily.
Nonsense. You did this all on your own. I just provided a little encouragement.
It was more than a little. You've been my rock through all of this.
Well, that's what family is for. Speaking of which, are you coming to dinner on Sunday?
Of course, I wouldn't miss it for the world.
Excellent. I'm making your favorite lasagna.
Oh, I can't wait. Your lasagna is the best.
Have you heard anything from James recently?
No, thankfully. The last I heard, he had moved out of state.
Good. I hope he stays away.
Me too. I feel like I can finally breathe without looking over my shoulder all the time.
I'm so glad to hear that. You deserve peace and happiness, Sarah.
I'm getting there. Thanks to you and your family.
You're part of this family now, Sarah. Never forget that.
I won't. It means everything to me.
Well, we're lucky to have you. Now, tell me more about your classes. What's your favorite subject?
I'm really enjoying my psychology classes. It's fascinating learning about how the mind works.
That does sound interesting. Maybe you should be a counselor someday, helping other women who've been in your situation.
You know, I've actually been thinking about that. I'd love to be able to help others the way you help me.
I think you'd be wonderful at that, Sarah. You have so much empathy and strength.
Thank you, Emily. That means a lot coming from you.
Well, I only speak the truth. You've come so far in the past year. I'm incredibly proud of you.
Thank you. I'm proud of myself too. I never thought I'd be where I am now.
And where do you see yourself in the future?
Honestly, happy, safe, doing work that matters, maybe even in a healthy relationship someday.
That sounds perfect, Sarah. And I have no doubt you'll achieve all of that and more.
With you in my corner, I feel like I can do anything.
That's the spirit. Now, don't forget to bring your appetite on Sunday. I'm making extra lasagna.
I wouldn't dream of forgetting it. I'll be there with bells on.
Wonderful. I'm looking forward to it. Take care, Sarah.
You too, Emily. See you Sunday.
See you then, dear. One month later, James and Sarah's divorce was finalized. To protect Sarah, we didn't submit the video to the police and settled out of court. We thought it was better for Sarah's future to get a settlement of $50,000 and a promise that James would never approach her again, rather than pursuing criminal charges. James's partner in the affair was a married colleague's wife, so when we informed his colleague, there was a big scene at the company. James was beaten up and demoted. I don't know where he's living now. The other woman also got divorced, ended up in debt, and started working in the nightlife industry. I think this is for the best, and I'm trying to forget about my son. It would be a lie to say I'm not lonely, but Sarah now visits us frequently. I want to cherish my relationship with Sarah, who still considers me her mother from now on.